Welcome back. So today I'm really excited. I wanted to sort of break into a little bit of zero waste content just by going over some of the things that I have swapped over so far. I just want to remind you that I'm at the very beginning of my journey, and so I just wanted to share with you the things that I learned, the things that I failed at, and the things that I have found to be extremely successful in my zero waste transition so far. The first thing I want to go over is essentially, I would consider it a fail. There was a miscommunication within my family. I didn't realize that some people still had access to a wish list that I had been building on Amazon of things that I wanted to research, and in a comedy of errors, all of those things were purchased for me for Christmas without me knowing that that was going to happen, and they assumed that I wanted these things because they were on a wish list. That is not what the wish list was for. It was for me to circle back when I had more time and research. So you will see here what I mean. The first things I kind of wanted to touch on were reusable silicone bags. These are great, a great option. They're a little bit cheaper than some of the other options out there, but they aren't made very sustainably. This is one of those things that was on that list that I was going to research more. The tops come off like this, and as you can see, there's like a lemon and a lime in there. This set I have came with 6 bags, and this is the smallest size, and then there's a medium and a large as well. And here's the medium size. When I got them, it was recommended that you boil them, and essentially I boiled them, and there was a lot of small beads of silicone that came off of this product, hopefully just left over from manufacturing, but it was not very encouraging. We washed them and we've boiled them since, so it should be okay, but not a lot of confidence there. It also came in a large size, and the only problem with this size is it's difficult to get the slider to slide in all the way. But this is bananas and spinach. I like this for bulk freezing meats and vegetables. What I would recommend and would continue to use is these are the stasher bags. This is the only one of these I have, and you can see there's a little bit of ginger in it right now. However, they are a little bit more expensive, and that was why I was initially going to research these other bags. They run you about $10 roughly a bag. I know that they have come out with bigger ones and ones that stand up on their own since then, and so those would be a good option, and that is what I would continue to invest in as we purchase more sustainable products. But right now we kind of have everything we need, so no real need to purchase more. The second thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is beeswax wraps. This is the brand I got. They're the Tree Wicks version, and they're supposed to be an eco alternative to plastic wrap. This was another thing that was on that list that I didn't get to vet, and these are honestly seem to be completely worthless. I mean, they don't really mold to the thing. They don't create any type of seal. They don't work. You're supposed to wet them and scrunch them and release them, and it's supposed to make it more pliable, but when you do that, all of this grainy wax material just comes off. And I'm sure it's organic or natural, but it's not something I want to put on my food, and it's not something I think particularly is helpful. So if you're looking at beeswax wraps, don't. Get bags, get containers with lids, get jars. You don't need this, and it doesn't work. Or at least this brand specifically doesn't work. Maybe you found one out there that does. Let me know. I'd like to hear about it. The next thing that also was on that list that I would do differently is produce bags. Now I also have reusable grocery bags. These I never purchased. These are, my mom gave them to me over the years, and so I have all these reusable bags. So I've never purchased a reusable bag. I just have ones that were given to me through either freebies or my mom gave them to me or whatever, which I actually think it is recyclable. But what I wanted to talk about specifically were produce bags. And there are so many out there that you can get. If I could have a do-over with these, I would probably find something more organic. I'm pretty sure this is just a plastic fiber woven together, probably not made very ethically, not made very sustainably, but does it prevent me from using plastic at the store? Yeah, it does. So I have a lot of them. I have a small size and a medium size, and then the large size, which is the red. And I really like them. I use them a lot. I want to take them and get things like oats in them, but I'm wondering, since they're so sheer, like I definitely use them for all of my vegetables, but I have concerns about putting things like chia seeds in here. I don't think they'd leak, but I also feel like if I put something in here that couldn't be washed, you know, like an apple can be washed, a potato can be washed, but you can't really wash granola or oats or whatever. It would like touch whatever, and especially in the time of COVID, where like some people aren't allowed to bring these to the store. In our area we still are, so I'm very grateful for that, but had I had the time to vet them, maybe I would have made a better choice, but I honestly am not sure. So those are all the kind of fails I think I've had so far, and now I want to talk about some of the things that I've loved, which is something we've been doing for a long time, is these Pyrex containers. I don't think Pyrex is known for being like a sustainable company. I'm not saying they're not sustainable, but I love these because they come in a bunch of different sizes. They are glass, so you can put them in the dishwasher, you can put them in the microwave, no plastics involved. The top is plastic, but I usually don't keep that on when I'm microwaving or dishwashing in the dishwasher. And we use these for literally everything. Lunches every single day. These are my breakfast protein balls that I can link for you guys if you're interested, or whatever. Anything that we're not putting in these bags, we're putting in these bad boys. And because you can just put them in the dishwasher, you're not hand washing plastic Tupperware that may or may not melt, may or may not have BPA, although I don't know if they put that in food stuff anymore. All of that to say, like, if I can pick glass over literally anything, I will. And that's why we sort of early on in our relationship and living together bought a couple sets of these, and this is all we use. So it's very simple and very easy to manage. The next thing I want to talk about is a recent switch, and it's kind of a bougie switch if you ask me, but I wanted to do it, and maybe it's wasteful. So if you think it's wasteful, let me know. I am a very messy eater. I'm a disaster. Like, ask my husband. I make a giant disaster every time I eat food. And so I need napkins. And paper napkins are obviously not a very sustainable option. So I went out and bought white reusable napkins that can be bleached and I just wash them with our towels every week, and then I fold them, and boom, we have napkins. And I use these napkins, usually I use one every day. Like, I'll use it for lunch and then for dinner because I never leave the house. I like them a lot. I don't know that these were made sustainably. Before I learned all of this stuff about fabrics, I wasn't really looking at what fabrics it was made of. Oh, it is 100% cotton, so good job, me. Super simple swap to make in your kitchen, and would recommend. 10 out of 10. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is something I've actually had in my house for 6 years. And I didn't realize that you could use them for regular cooking. I thought they were just for baking, which was a mistake. These mats are awesome. They are the Artisan Metalworks ones. I've had them for a really long time, and we just started incorporating them into our everyday cooking. This one has a cut in it, and let me tell you that it's my fault, not the brand's fault. I tried to make pizza on it once a few years ago, and then I cut the pizza on it because I'm an idiot. So please don't blame the brand for my stupidity. Nothing sticks to this, so it makes it super simple, and the cleanup is really simple. Like, even if you get like burnt on olive oil, it literally comes right off. So a no-brainer. I think these are super cheap. They're maybe like $20–30, and then you just use them in place of whatever stuff you're gonna put under your food when you put it in the oven, and bam, they're good till like 500 degrees, I think. Another swap that we made this year, and we've always kind of been composting since we moved to this house. The previous owner built a compost pile gated area behind our fence, so we've always taken advantage of it. Although I will say we weren't always great at it. What we did was we got one of those compost trash cans, and this one's really awesome because it has a charcoal filter on it so that it doesn't smell. And I'm sitting next to it right now and I don't really smell anything. This is full. It's very heavy and it needs to be taken out, but it doesn't smell. I didn't realize that outside of making good dirt, that composting helped landfills produce less methane gas because of the fermentation that is happening when food gets trapped in landfills. And now that I know that, I'm gonna be extra good at it. But I wouldn't say we're great composters. I wouldn't even say we know what we're doing. We just put our food scraps into a dirt pile and then sometimes turn it when we remember, not nearly enough. So, if you're a compost expert, give me some tips below about how to do outdoor open air composting because I don't think we're doing it right. The last thing I want to talk about is a no-brainer that everybody should be doing all the time, especially if you're buying packaged goods. I am still weaning myself off of packaged goods, and I am using all of the jars that I have in places around my house. Bam! This is an almond butter jar that I cleaned and washed and took the labels off, and now it's very functional and very free. However, I am aware that cotton swabs are not sustainable. These are what we've had left over. We bought like 1,000 of them a year ago and we're just using them up. The other thing that I'm using jars for is water. This is a pickle jar. I love pickles. I honestly don't know how I will ever get away from pickles. But the reason I love pickle jars as water cups, they hold more water than our average cup that we have. And you can put them directly into the dishwasher. My husband loves plastic cups, but they have to be hand washed, otherwise they will melt. Doing less hand washing saves water, saves the environment. Boom, use your dishwasher. That is everything that I wanted to show you guys today. That's everything we've kind of done so far kitchen-wise, and we are making more improvements all the time. I definitely like to dive in more to what we're doing in other areas of our home that's more sustainable. There's so many things that are such easy changes. It's just a matter of like where you're buying things from. But anyway, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much, and come back for next time when we talk a little bit more about all of the things that we're trying to do to make this world better. Hope quarantine is okay for you. It's okay for me, I guess. And talk to you later.